So this is CSM Fitness, and we're going to teach you how to change a belt in under 1 minute. Let's do it.
Where am I at? You're switching sides now. You gotta go on the right side.
I gotta go on this side, guys. All right, cool. So you should ask yourself, why do I need to change my treadmill belt? At what point am I looking to have to replace it? Real simple. If you could lift up the belt itself and feel the deck area, if the deck area is rough, chances are you need a new belt. Another telltale sign of having to replace the belt is that the treadmill keeps turning off on you. It keeps tripping a breaker. That means you're creating heat, and it's actually forcing the treadmill to work harder. Most times you'll end up blowing your lower control board, but at the very beginning when it starts to happen, if you get on top of it and you actually replace your belt, this will go away. But one of the symptoms is that the treadmill will keep stopping and going. So that's another reason why. Another reason is just longevity of the treadmill. If you got close to whatever the manufacturer of the belt is saying that you have, that is recommended to change, you're probably looking at changing it. So this is just a real quick, easy way to do the Life Fitness Classic Series. There are tons of these out there. If you ever wonder how to do it on your own, this is pretty simple. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through this, and I can teach you how to do this in under 1 minute. Have you ever changed a belt before?
Of course.
How long does it take you to do a belt?
An hour.
Okay, so an hour tops. So I'm gonna teach you in a minute what you can do in an hour. So let's get into some details and go from there.
The first thing I would do is cut the belt and then take these guards off right here. All right, so to make it simple, when people use these treadmills a lot, it gets worn and the deck gets worn. Now, when you buy it from the factory, there's actual wax that goes over this deck. The wax slowly comes off. As you can see right here, there's still a little bit left, but when you start to see the wood like this, that's not a good sign. It means that the deck has to be flipped. Next, you remove the deck screws. As you can see, basically, this side of the treadmill deck is untouched. There's a whole big spot of wax everywhere, and it's really obvious. If your treadmill deck looks like this on the other side, you could definitely get another 20,000 miles out of it. Removing dirt and grime is really important because if you don't, it turns into sandpaper on the bottom of the deck, and that's essentially what creates those marks that look like this. Pro tip. Replacing these is really important when you're changing the deck because it makes your job a whole lot easier, because over time, from people taking these out and putting them back in, this gets bent down like that, and it makes it a lot harder for the screw to catch the bottom, and putting the deck back on is really hard. You'll see if you ever do it.
All right, time for a quick message here while my wonderful son was over there replacing the deck. We're creating this video, something came to mind. Your rollers, right? Sometimes they're making noises, most likely like a chopper, tung, 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 that kind of stuff. If you hear that, chances are your roller bearings are bad. You don't necessarily have to replace the whole roller. You can just replace the bearing if you have a bearing press. But if you don't have one, you could just get a whole roller if you have to, I guess. But we generally just replace the roller bearings if we need them. They last a long time though, so I don't think you have to worry much about it. Just back to your regularly scheduled program here.
Now, there's actually a lot of pressure on this belt. So a real easy way to take the pressure off so that you can get the roller back in is to tug this back and take a small Allen key and put it in this hole that it gives you right here. But it does take some strength. Just like that. Okay, make sure that you use quality parts. Try to find the exact remake of the treadmill belt that comes for the treadmill that you have, or try to find something that's just high quality but aftermarket, and you'll be all right. And here are those black clips that I mentioned earlier, that it's gonna make our job a lot easier. After you change out the belt and you put the new deck on, you're pretty much finished.
Yeah, so it's basically everything back in reverse. You got 4 screws for the deck. And then after that, you align your belt. If you don't know how to align your belt, we will put out a video on how to align your belt on a treadmill. They're all exactly the same except not. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Anyway, so I hope this is helpful and you got some pro tips out of it. And that is it. We're out. This is CSM, and that's a belt replacement on a Life Fitness Classic treadmill. Peace.